Go ahead and bounce on me. Get up out of here. We got your back.
What?
Just like that.
Oh, no, you didn't. Wait a minute. No, you did. Hey, Jay! Hey! Jay! 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 Come back here! Jay! You disloyal fool-ass bitch, man.
First time on air. Anything to say to Lawan here to get him back?
Look, bro, there are stories I could tell people about Lawan, but we'll keep those right here. I'm gonna let him live.
That's not even close.
Man, I'm a dumbass.
I'm clipping that.
Georgia's second.
Hey, Georgia also had Herschel Walker.
So smart, and my team is so dumb. My coach he looks dumb. He's a big baby. This
Dude,
man,
those graphics.
Rip, so smart.
Episode 245, the Denzel episode. If you were listening last week, you know we're doing a Denzel Washington bracket top 16, which we'll save that for the end. But Devontae in the house, Fitz in the half. I didn't get the green memo. Boys look sharp in the green shirts there.
Oh,
Yeah. It's the comfort color green too. Looks like it.
Oh, comfort colors. That's the
Got
tits.
green
That's
in your
the best shirt.
Well, you're Irish, so doesn't that count? You always got green. There you go.
Yeah.
You got your
Yeah.
green blooded, man. That's all we need.
That's true. That's true. It's in there somewhere. Good deal. Hey, this is gonna be good. We got NBA action. We got finals. We got NHL finals. We got College World Series. Got a little NBA free agency news and a little golf.
NBA free agency.
Ooh,
Yeah,
already.
Season
You
ain't over.
potential moves here, boys. Potential.
know how this goes, Fitz. You know, you got to do preemptive moves.
I know.
And you know what? While we're there, let's start it. KD, number
Oh.
one target. He wants to go to San Antonio.
Mm.
You got Victor, which I think we mentioned. We didn't really talk about. He went on a monastery monk mission, shaved his head, and he stayed there longer than his friends were there.
Was this a joke or like they actually playing? Like, no, let's do it.
I have no idea. I think he went there for real, like to center himself, and then kind of fell in love with it and stayed longer than what he initially was going to.
Imagine
I think he spent like 3 weeks.
He's a monk forever.
That'd be a wild turn of events. But you know, I think we talked about this last week. KD, he's obviously not what he was, but I think this is a big move to help the Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, because I think he's still under contract. I think. So they're going to have to give up a little something for him.
Yeah.
I like this move a lot for San Antonio if they pull it off.
What was it? It was between the last three was between San Antonio, Houston, and Miami. And what it looked like, it seemed like places that don't have like taxes.
Yeah.
So I get that because like he's on the tail end of his career. Might as well get as much money as he can. My guess is that he's going to Miami just because, you know, why not is Miami? Because if he goes to Houston, that's like, I don't know. I guess like that's too many young dudes to like mentor, and then like Spurs is like the best landing spot for him. But you got to imagine like who would they give up for him? Because I remember Harrison Barnes was in talks. Devin Vassell, who's their shooting guard, but then like, well, I guess you got Stephon Castle and De'Aaron Fox, so and Chris Paul, unless they're going to trade Chris Paul back to the Suns or something.
Yeah, and from what I heard, Chris Paul's not down with the Suns. He doesn't want to go back.
Oh yeah, understandable.
So, for real. Fitz,
I'm looking at NBA players. I'm trying to find guys who were, because Kevin Durant will be 37 in September.
Damn.
So D Wade's last season, he was 37. Kobe's last season, he was 37. And they were definitely like shadows of their former selves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kevin
There's a
Durant's a different
flash.
player, though. I've got Dirk pulled up. Dirk, I feel like it's hard to say who KD's the most like because he's not like D Wade.
No.
where D-Wade definitely had a significant fall off. I feel like maybe similar to Dirk, but even Dirk, age 37 was kind of his last like normal year. And he played
Dirk
till he was 40.
kind of aged with him too. Like you don't. That's like a time. His game and Zach Randolph's game. Like you could just roll with that.
Ooh.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
KD.
I mean, Dirk got MVP votes when he was 35 years old.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So that was just a little different.
Well,
I just
also
don't feel
think
like KD. I don't feel like KD's there. Like, is anyone terrified of Kevin Durant?
I mean, no, but you still can't like sleep. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember.
I mean, he'll have that one night where he drops 50 and everyone goes crazy.
Yeah.
Like it'll just be a moment. Be like Kevin Durant, he's still got it, but he's probably going to average like 19 points or something for the whole season.
But even then, that's a consistent 19 to 23. Because those few games I watched on the Suns, KD was like the somewhat consistent option because they made Devin Booker the point guard, which I still don't agree with that to this day. So like he couldn't just score as much; he would have to facilitate. And then KD, I can see that he was a step slow for sure, but that's a given with Achilles injury and being almost 40. So
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like you compare Dirk to KD. KD's injury, his Achilles stands out. Like Dirk was fortunate never to have a major injury. Like I know later in his career, like obviously old age, Father Time caught up to him, but like he never had this Achilles. And so I think what Dirk did, it's a lot of it's like injury prevention and he was able to preserve his body. And now you look at KD, it's like, all right, I think he's over the hill. Like you said.
I mean, you're not wrong. And by the numbers, I mean, Kevin Durant's right there. Again, had more MVP votes than Dirk did at 35.
Right.
So,
and then he tears.
I mean, I think that's the closest comparison. Is he's kind of like Dirk, maybe a little bit better,
right?
In terms of what he can produce.
The other news, I don't have a graphic for it. I wish I did. I was trying to do something else and then spaced on it. Desmond Bane, this trade, it makes no sense to me. I don't watch a lot of Grizzly games. I really don't know who Desmond Bane is.
He should have been a running back.
He should have been a what?
A running back. He has him and Fitz, no offense to you, Fitz, but you and Desmond Bane have the same wingspan. But imagine Fitz's wingspan with like bigger muscles and like less of
tattoos.
That's Desmond Bane.
Missing the tattoos, that's all. Yeah, but he's like, that's what I was gonna say. The only thing I like know is like his body does not equal his wingspan. Like I think he's 6'11" or whatever with like almost like a 6 foot wingspan.
That
like
man
it doesn't. Yeah, no.
6'5". I think I'm almost positive he's 6'5".
6'5". All right, so he's 6'5" with like a 5'9" wingspan.
And keep in mind, I'm just now really finding out they be lying about these players' heights. Like, like, pause. I'm watching a WNBA game against the Sun and the Fever, and the girls are fighting. But anyway, back to Desmond Bane. That was a weird trade because in my mind, when you read it, you're thinking, so today's NBA is telling me that Desmond Bane is not only worth one first round pick, but he's worth more than one first round pick. And like thinking about in every sport, the players that were given up for a first round pick, Desmond Bane's like caliber would not be among that. Like he's cool, he's cool in theory. He can score. Like when Ja was hurt, he carried the team for like 2 games, but past that, I don't know. My theory is that I think the Magic saw how the Pacers and the Thunder kind of got by because they were just being physical. Like Shea is stronger than what he looks. You got Isaiah Hartenstein. Lou Dort is also another NFL running back posing as a shooting guard. And then Jalen Williams, he doesn't have his neck isn't that long, so I assume he's strong too. So I guess they figured you got Paulo, Wendell Carter, Desmond Bain, Franz Wagner, and Jalen Suggs. Jalen Suggs is an actual football player. So I'm thinking, well, maybe they figure out if we can out-physical these teams if we can't shoot, maybe that'll do something. So I don't know.
Well,
that's my theory.
I like your theory a lot. It's crazy. I'm going to read this trade-off for you. I put this in NBA 2K and it got rejected. Okay. So the Grizzlies traded Desmond Bain to the Magic for KCP, Cole Anthony, and 4 unprotected first-round picks and 1 first-round pick swap. So what that equals is 2025, they get number 16 pick, 2026 to get a first-round pick, which includes swap rights with Phoenix or Washington. In 2028 and in 2020, unprotected first-round selections, and then a pick swap is top 2 protected in 2029. So you get 5 first-round picks plus 2 bodies for 1. No wonder NBA 2K rejected my trade. Like, this is crazy.
I don't know. Like, Adam Silver just be letting people do shit. David Stern, he was not going for stuff that didn't make sense. At least that's what it seemed.
Don't you dare put Chris Paul in the Lakers.
But
bro,
the way these trades and free agency signings are going, and the fact that like we're to believe that money doesn't exist with these teams, I mean, it's fun. Like, it makes 2K fun, but like when you look at it in real life and you see these teams come together and it doesn't really add much, you're like, what happened to the game I love? This, like, what happened through role players instead of the role players that pose as stars?
Exactly. Fitz, thoughts from you?
I don't know. It's still it's finals. The finals are still going on. I don't invest in this stuff.
Thunder also rumored to be making some moves for KD too, which they're in the finals. So
they're in the finals.
The market doesn't stop. So here's the finals. Pacers are down. They got mollywopped last night. Tyrese Halliburton. News went from bad to worse.
They made it close. They cut it like
19
5,
points.
They cut it to 5, and then Jalen Williams just went nuts.
Yeah.
But it was closer than it was. It was not a bad game 5, for the record.
Teach their own. I turned off the first half. It was boring, and then obviously they could. It was
on after soccer, and it was probably like it was a blowout early.
Yeah.
But then you looked, and like late in the third, it was like, oh, Pacers came back. They're only down 5.
Mm-hmm. It's been like that the past few games. Like somehow the first 3 quarters, it seems like they down like 40 points, and then they lose the game by like 11. Yeah. And it's like, if you could have done that, why don't you just Jalen Williams hit 40. He had a 40 burger on him.
He went nuts, man. I'm telling you, And that's the thing. I think this year, I will say, I think Jalen Williams has been slept on.
Yeah.
I think everyone's obviously talking about SGA and Chet. I don't think Jalen Williams has gotten as much credit as he's deserved. Yeah. And he cooked the Wolves. I mean, the whole Wolves series, I was like, man, this guy is like, we can stop SGA, but when Williams gets going, it's over.
Night.
It's like we can't take both of them.
Well, Tyrese Halliburton probably going to be out. Calf strain. He's got MRI scheduled.
Finals?
You know what calf strains turn into, though?
Oh, geez.
His Achilles. So just keep that in mind. I think the series is over. I don't know how you come back from in my opinion, you got mollywopped by Thunder. They let the foot off the brake a little bit, and then they poured it back on him at the end. And now you lose your number 1. Like, this is tough for Indiana.
TJ McConnell is going to save the day for 1 game. That game 7, if it comes to that, they're cooked. But I think TJ McConnell can save the day a little bit.
Well, you need it because you're the only one that picked the Pacers.
Yeah.
And me and Fitz picked Thunder in 6.
Boy, I'm the GOAT.
That is true.
The Lord is my shepherd.
Yeah, I'll give you an extra bonus point if that happens, especially without Tyrese.
Yeah.
Any other NBA news you want to talk about? Any finals news?
We talked about Desmond Bain. We talked about KD. There hasn't really been that many crazy moves, I think, as far as I know, at least. People have been given their different, people have been shipping Trae Young to different places. They were talking about Trae Young possibly going to, not when I say they, I mean the people. I don't know about the experts or the leakers or whatever, but they were trying to say that Trae Young was leaving Atlanta. But I mean, who's to say, who's going to go where?
Yeah.
I know where they're not going. They're not going to Washington, D.C.
It's okay, Devontae.
And all I follow is like the Wolves, and I know they have to make some decisions. Like, I don't think they can pay Gobert, McDaniels, and I feel like there was one more big name.
Was Mike Conley, or is
maybe it was Conley? Like somebody's gonna have to go, and they're speculating Gobert. They're thinking this might be it for Gobert, even though he's been. Obviously, you got a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
But just what else is he doing has been kind of questionable. So I think they might be taking him out. Because obviously McDaniels he's kind of like our Jalen Williams. I don't think he's as good. Maybe he could be better. But I think that's kind of what our hope is, that he can be Ant's second guy there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sidekick.
Sidekick. And then NHL Finals, it's been good.
2-0 Florida right now.
2-0 Florida. The Rats, they're all over the place.
Edmonton
3-2.
always comes back.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. This series, kind of like what we talked about, just with Thunder and Pacers, is like it's a blowout. Then all of a sudden it gets close. And then now but like with this, there's no re-blowout. It's like, hey, this is a scramble. It's a fight to death. Edmonton, you can't count them out. I picked Florida to win tonight to close out in 6.
It does feel like Florida has the upper hand, but I mean, Edmonton, and this was kind of last year too. Edmonton made it a way more challenging series. And like all these games go into overtime. I mean, you got to give credit to Edmonton.
Yeah.
And even though it does feel like they're backspinning against the wall on all of these, but they make it exciting. So
you're absolutely right, Devontae. If second period, third period, turn it back to hockey. I know you're watching WNBA, but that's when it's going to get hotted up. So.
I've been on DraftKings. They've been showing it. Like I'll put some up, and it'll change.
Dude, it's crazy.
Odds definitely change. I don't know, like what happens. I don't get it, but it'll end up being 3-2. Yeah,
real quick. Yeah, you're like Florida -1.5.
Yeah.
And like, oh, that's cashed easy. I'll put it off, and all of a sudden Edmonton comes back.
I did Edmonton spread.
Oh, +1.5.
Yeah. Because I was like, if they F around,
we'll cover that.
Go.
Exactly. Well, hopefully they close it out tonight. That'd be Florida in 6. I called that. You called Florida in 4 fits, and Devontae called Florida in 5. So we're all going to probably get a point here. Just hopefully that magic one up there. All right. I guess college baseball and then golf is all I got. If you guys are good with that, then Denzel time. Gage Wood. I don't know if you know that name or not, but you need to write it down. The dude just got paid yesterday. He goes through 8 with a no-no with a perfect game. Wild pitch gets away from him, hits a batter, continues to throw a no-no through 9. 19 strikeouts in the College World Series. It's only the 3rd no-no in College World Series. He was 1 wild pitch away from throwing the first perfect game. He's a fucking psychopath. He was already a top 30 pick with Monday's performance. I guarantee he's top 20 now. That dude is slinging it.
So that's 19 strikeouts in one game?
One game, 19 Ks.
I'd have to kill you. 19 strikeouts.
In the 9th inning, he was still throwing 98.
He's basically throwing 2 strikeouts an inning.
Dude, he's a psycho.
More than that.
Yeah.
Because 8, right?
You said 8 miles
Because
per
there's
hour.
27 out. There's
98,
27 outs. He got 19. So
Check that man.
dude.
Check
fucking-
that man.
And one of the Murray State batters calls a timeout, and the look on his face was like, "Oh fuck no!" And he just went animalistic on the guy after he throwing 98 down the middle at him, and just let him just jawing at him the whole way back to the dugout. This guy's a psychopath, and I love it. Arkansas is the real deal. They put away Oregon State just now. They've got a real good chance to win it. Here's how our bracket breaks down. Coastal still continue to dominate and win. They're on to the quarterfinals. Louisville just beat Oregon State. I'm sorry, I got to correct myself. So Louisville will face Coastal tomorrow. LSU beat UCLA today, and then UCLA had a turnaround tonight, play Arkansas, and Arkansas is putting belt to ass right now against them. So things are heating up. It's getting really, really saucy, really, really good. Basically, this is like the perfect recipe for Coastal Carolina. You get Louisville, which you think you can easily beat, and then you hope you probably get LSU. You want LSU. You're probably not going to get. You're probably going to get Arkansas, and that's when it gets a little dicey for them. But Coastal's got a really good chance here to at least punch their ticket to the finals.
Yeah, I kind of figured when we had those last few matchups left, I'm like, yeah, Coastal can dog walk the. Well, I don't know the way Arkansas is looking. I don't know, but
That's what I'm saying. That's the one you got
now
to.
that we know who Arkansas is, but before we were saying, well, I was saying that Coastal could possibly dog walk their way to another chip.
Exactly. Yep.
I'm always so confused by this bracket.
It is.
So-
really confusing.
If Louisville, if they win, or sorry, if Coastal loses to Louisville, they're not out.
They're not out.
because-
No.
But if Louisville loses to Coastal, are they out?
Yeah, because they
Mm-hmm.
lost.
They've
It's
lost.
already
like
lost.
double elimination, right?
Yeah. They lost to Oregon State.
They
Like
lost.
you don't get another 2 lives. Like you down 1 life.
Okay,
Yeah.
And once that life is gone, you did.
got it.
So basically, what in Coastal's world, you win against Louisville tomorrow, you punch your ticket to the finals. You lose and you get a winner takes all game the next day.
The damn poor Oregon State. They beat Louisville. Then they had to play them again. They lost to be eliminated. That sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Louisville's just like getting hot. They're like,
got to be on them. Yeah,
it's
they
like
are.
lost on purpose.
When you kill them, you gotta actually. I remember when I found out the College World Series when it's double elimination. I was like, so what's stopping you from like losing on purpose?
Exactly. Now, once you're in the finals, it restarts.
Yeah. Oh.
So if you came in there with 1 loss, it doesn't matter. Everybody's back at 0-0.
Yeah.
All you got to do is get to the finals. So if you got some extra bread, maybe throw it on Coastal. I know as app guys, it's hard to say, but it's good for the Sun Belt. It's good for the dog.
Don't do it.
But Arkansas looks fucking good, especially Gage Wood on the mount. All right. And then on Father's Day, the most Father's
JJ
Day's
Spawn.
moment in sports you could have,
Let's go.
JJ Spawn. 3 a.m. He goes to CVS because his daughter's throwing up. She's sick. Same day he wins the U.S. Open.
Real.
On Father's Day. You love to see it. Good job, JJ Spawn, dad of the week. This draft's for you. Just like what a guts performance. His first major win ever. If you're like me, you've never heard of him. And
He was runner-up in PGA this year against Rory. Remember, they went to the playoff.
That's right. Good
So
call.
that's where this was. It's so weird because he's 34 and he's just having this kind of. He's having a good year. I mean, especially in the majors, he's just kind of around, and no one really knows of him. But yeah, he choked against Rory. So I think after that, it was like, okay, that's a fluke. He just had a hot weekend.
right.
But this is like, it's interesting. It's kind of like, it's his moment. It's his time. So I wonder when this will wear off. Like, could he let it ride till the Masters next year. I don't.
That's
know.
what I say. Let it ride a whole year.
But he's performing in majors, which is just interesting, very interesting.
I'm happy.
And
For
what?
that.
Yeah, what a putt! And what a putt to win it.
Oh, what was it?
Crazy.
31? No, 30 feet.
Something like that.
It was great.
After everyone played like dog shit on this public course in
Oak Mountain,
Pittsburgh.
yeah.
all weekend.
It was raining dogs and cats down there. Bunch of yinzas.
But what a way to end it.
Yeah, I love it.
Give the
Absolutely love it.
people what they want.
They were replaying an older U.S. Open, one of the ones that Tiger won, and I saw him.
Yeah, against Rocco.
Yeah. So like they went to a weather delay and they started playing like this older U.S. Open. Yeah, I saw a meme was like, imagine all the dads right now who took a nap, waking up to find Tiger Woods and win the U.S. Open. Like, what the fuck just happened? What did I miss?
That I actually remember that one because we were at church for an event, and I just remember someone at church was said, "Hey, we gotta go home. Like, we gotta get home. Tiger and Rocco they're going at it. They could go to a playoff."
That's such a wild statement.
And like
Yeah, I know,
everybody
right?
went home. Everybody went home to go watch the end of the golf. Like, it was
Everybody
crazy.
home from church to watch golf.
Like
That's
we were at an event and it was like ending right at like whenever. I don't remember what was it at like 4:30 or 5, and everyone rushed home to go watch the end of this thing.
That's funny.
I still remember it. And I remember watching Rocco after Tiger. He's like, I knew he'd make it. I remember watching that with our family.
That's
Crazy.
funny.
There's a documentary on that. It's like a 45-minute documentary. It's really good. Of that, like hearing from a guy who was like not even ranked on tour. If he was ranked, he was like number 118, battling
Right.
Tiger Woods. And it's basically just his moment. I mean, it's just like, he probably talks about that every day of his life.
Exactly. Man, I
It's
love it.
cool. It's a really cool.
That is
story.
really cool. I'm gonna have to find it. If you find it, send the link. But if not, I'll
I'll
find
send
it.
it to you right now.
Yeah. All right. Then one more news before we go full Denzel here. Anybody know who that is?
Manny Ramirez.
What? So this is Rafael Devers. He was Boston's red hot bat. He was hot. He was electric. He is the DH. Like he is like when you need, hey, I need a home run bet. This is the guy you throw in because he's probably going to hit one or he's at least going to get two bases for you. He's been hot for Boston.
Yeah.
Overnight gets traded to San Francisco, the Giants. Reportedly, Devers was not about playing second or third base. He's like, look, I'm here to bat. I'm here to be a DH. I don't want to do that. That's not my job. A lot of people, that's why he got traded. Conspiracy theory. Put your tinfoil hat on. Tim, this is for you. The the Fenway Sports Group owns the Red Sox. Do you guys know what other major team they own?
Celtics.
Yeah, I think bigger.
Oh,
I would guess soccer, Premier League,
Yep.
Liverpool,
No, bigger. Bigger
Manchester
brand.
United.
Man U. They own Man
Is
U.
that right?
That's right.
The
Look
Fenway
at me
Sports-
go.
Man,
Yeah. Fenway Sports Group owns Boston Red Sox and Man U.
Okay.
So a lot of people are conspiracizing? No.
I don't know.
I don't know the word.
We'll call it.
Yeah. So, anyways, people are thinking that Rafael Devers, they traded him to free up money to sign some huge young talents in the Premier League. They've already signed two like up and coming young stars for like in a crazy amount that you would pay an 18, 19-year-old. And so a lot of people are saying, hey, they need to free up money. So they took from one organization and basically just moved that money to the other one. So this is a soccer trade that just happened to be in baseball.
Is that really how like that stuff works out? Like that's where money comes from like these sports groups and stuff?
I mean, a lot of it, yeah. Like once you buy a franchise, which you make it sound so common, but like you buy them and then what you do with your money is what you do. Now, if there's salary caps and stuff, then, you got to abide by those. But like Premier League, there's no cap.
Yeah. Huh.
Once you buy your franchise.
I didn't know that. Like, I
Yes,
didn't
go
know
buy
like
it.
people are borrowing from other sports. So now, well, damn, Hacky, like, who are y'all? Are y'all the Reds for the Bengals?
No, we just own the Bengals, the Brown family. The Brown family is like the
That's
responsible.
it.
That's it.
Yeah,
So
they hate
now,
y'all. That is, they
dude,
hate y'all.
it's fucking God. Well, you know who the Brown family is, right? They're the ones who invented football.
Yeah.
Like they get credit for it. And so
Hmm.
Paul Brown is just rolling in his grave right now, man.
They said they started. They resumed the talk. Well, not to cut this part off, but they started back talks for Trey Hendrickson. But you know, I don't know what's gonna come of it. They're probably gonna say like, "Hey, man, you know, we got some Skyline chili for you." You know.
Yes, exactly. We got some Skyline chili and some Trident layers. You want to try some?
Yeah.
Give you some Greater ice cream and some Garage beer from Cincinnati. But yeah, I don't know. It's debacle. All right, Denzel bracket Fitz. I'm gonna let you lead this.
Okay.
Right off the bat, 1 verse 16. I have some beef with. This is the death pool to me. This is tough, brother. But I want to step on your toes. But when I read that first selection in this Denzel bracket, I was like, this son of a bitch.
Oh, I'm looking up something.
Okay.
Okay, I think we're good.
All right.
You got graphics for this?
I got graphics.
Ooh.
You got
I gotta
graphics?
say, I like the intro. Like the intro was kind of funny.
Yeah, right. Brian Kelly versus Coach O. I don't have a graphic. That was going to take me too much time. I just have movie cover and movie cover for you.
All right. So do we just need to go through all 16 movies here?
I say we
what the
we just
order is?
go 1 verse 16 and then
Okay.
boom versus boom, and then
Well,
we'll
Yeah.
I can write it down as we go.
Well, here's the list. I'll just give you 1 through 16, just in order. And this ranking was thrown together in just a few hours, probably. It was like I spent more time on it last week, and then I got lost in my day camp stuff. And then I threw it together here. But I did look at Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb, and several Reddit forums. So there's like some fans in perspective here. So we got number 1, Training Day. 2, Glory. 3, Malcolm X. 4, The Hurricane. 5, Antoine Fisher. 6, He Got Game. 7, Remember the Titans. 8, John Q. 9, Inside Man. 10, American Gangster. 11, Philadelphia. 12, Man on Fire. 13, Flight. 14, Fallen. 15, Much Ado About Nothing. 16, The Equalizer.
I love it.
And it's tough. And yeah, it's going to be like March Madness format. So the 1 faces the 16, and
Yep.
8 versus 9, and so on.
And I if you want to do this a different way, you let me know. But I figured there's 3 of us, so if we have a tiebreaker
Exactly.
can break it, and then we alternate who's the tiebreaker each round.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. You read
Okay.
my mind.
I
That's
love it.
exactly how we should
I
do
love
it.
it.
Yep.
All right, 1 verse 16. You want to do
Okay.
it?
So the first, 1 versus 16, we got Training Day and The Equalizer. And the reason Training Day was number 1, Denzel won. He won the Academy Award for this.
Mhm.
The fan vote and like critic vote on Rotten Tomatoes. This was by far the best, the favorite Denzel. I don't know if it's my favorite Denzel. It could be. I don't know if it is. But that's the point of this. That's the point of this bracket. And we're not gonna say this. This is just the Denzel vote. You know, you can interpret this any way. I think you can interpret this any way you like, right? We can all have our own opinion.
Yeah. This 1 verse 16 though is so tough for me because
The
I love.
Equalizer lost points because of sequels.
See,
I think that was part of it.
I get that.
Is a
But it
lot.
spawned
None of these other ones have. There's no Malcolm X 2.
Right.
There's no Philadelphia 2.
Flight 2.
So the Equalizer.
Again.
Obviously, the Equalizer gets the nod. It didn't get omitted from the list. We said no train movies, right? So
That's true.
no Unstoppable, no Taking of the Pelham.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
There were some other ones that didn't make the cut.
I look at the Equalizer and I like
Fences didn't make
rejuvenate
the cut. A lot of Oscar bait didn't make the cut. I call Fences Oscar bait, even though I think that's one of his best Oscar bait films.
Yeah.
But it wasn't liked by fans enough to put it in here.
Put in there.
Same with
I've got to go Training Day.
Yeah, sorry.
I've got to go Training Day for my vote.
Okay.
It's classic Denzel. It's what you want. It's what people know him probably best as. And it's probably the most quotable movie out of these 16. And I love it. This was tough though. Equalizer. I like the sequels. It rejuvenated him, but I gotta go Training Day.
Was the Equalizer the one where he snatched the gun out the dude's hand and like flipped it?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm still taking Training Day. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking
That's one tape. That's one VHS tape that sticks out in my mind. That's still at my parents' house because that I don't say it like radicalized me, but it's like Denzel Washington can be a bad person. Wow.
Right.
Like it was crazy. I'm like, what do you mean? And then, yeah, bro, Training Day.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Yeah, I got Training Day. And I think that's a fair 1 versus 16. I think Training Day is just that good.
It's so good. It is so good. All right. Next up in our seeds.
All right, 8 versus 9. This is the battle. John Q versus Inside Man. So it's Denzel as the terrorist or Denzel as the negotiator. You know, which one? Which one do
Is
you
this
want?
All
right.
And I feel like this decides who's gonna take on Training Day.
Yeah, right.
It's tough already.
All right. Fitz, you stay tiebreaker for all round one, or are we switching?
No,
each
we'll
one?
switch. So Vontae goes first, then I can go.
All right, I
second.
like it.
All
I
right.
like it. I like
You know?
So I'm a go John Q because I specifically remember being traumatized from that movie. Because I was like, bro, there's no way. I didn't know like kids could have heart problems like that. Like I could just be at a T-ball game and fall out. Like, and my dad is gonna have to do all that. I thought like weird stuff like that. Yeah, I used to think I was gonna get shot in drive-by too. Yeah, for sure, John Q. Because again, like I think growing up, what I knew Denzel Washington for was The Preacher's Wife. So I'm like, oh, this is a cool guy. And then Malcolm X. I was like, okay. But like as time progressed in these roles, I saw more movies. I'm like, this dude is it. Like he is not to be played with. He is going to lay his life on the line for everything. So yeah, we got John Q on this one.
You know, I can't get carried away in this one because I could easily turn this into a Clive Owen versus Robert Duvall debate. Like for me, is the way I look at these movies. Because I love Denzel in both, obviously. I kind of want to give Hackey the tiebreaker because I am that torn.
Yeah.
But I think I'm just gonna lock in John Q.
Yeah.
I think it's John Q.
It was John Q from the get-go for me too. It's one of those kind of like Devontae was saying, he remembers the old VHS. I remember, so Grandma Hackey, super like, she grew up super Catholic. She raised my dad super Catholic, and she turned to like Christian, but super strict. Like, this is how we do things. Like, we don't cuss. Like, she's just by the book. John Q is her guilty pleasure movie. She absolutely loves it, watches it like so much that we'd give her it for DVD, then a Blu-ray. Then we bought it for her on an Amazon stick. Like, John Q is her movie. So it's I grew up watching it. I loved it.
Also, the speech to his son, that is a quintessential Denzel. Needs to make it to the next round.
Yeah.
Like that has to go up against Training Day, I think.
Exactly. All right, our west side bracket.
All right, number 4, a 4 versus a 13. These are always the tricky ones. We got Antoine Fisher, Man on Fire.
Oh shit! Hold on, I went out of order.
Oh, do you go out of order?
Here we go. All right, there we go.
Here we go. We're both the same. Yeah.
This one is harder for me than the other one.
I got to start this one. I'm gonna say Man on Fire. I think Antoine Fisher. This would be my debate of Oscar bait stuff. And I like Antoine Fisher. Don't get me wrong, but there's something about Denzel. I like some of the hokey. I like some of those movies, and I do think Man on Fire is a top Denzel. That's Like maybe the critics don't like it as much, but I think it's a fan favorite. So I'm gonna put a vote for Man on Fire.
I think I said it last week. Man on Fire is my favorite Denzel movie. Like that was my comfort movie. That's what I watched a lot. Like I think it was the first like DVD I got at Christmas, and I just watched it ever since. I think it's the second movie me and Claudia ever watched, and she won't let me forget it. I just fucking love it. We got introduced to Dakota Fanning, Christopher Walken's in there. I love it. Give me Man on Fire.
I hate the sex scene. That's the one thing I don't like.
Yeah.
That sounds so lame, but that's real.
Yeah, I agree.
It's
forced.
Like in movies, it's just like you don't really grow out of it, low key.
Yeah.
I'll go with Man on Fire simply because it's not enough Denzel and Antoine Fisher. Like he is the rest of the movie, but it's like he's in the middle.
Yeah.
And pretty much it, and he shows up at the end, and that's pretty much it. Man on Fire, all I can hear my Creasy, like little Dakota Fanning.
Yeah.
I'm like, why, Lord, have mercy. The little girl from what was she in Cat in the Hat around the same time?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, yeah, definitely Man on Fire.
Crazy.
All right, we doing 5 versus 12.
Yeah, Flight and
It's
Hurricane.
similar. Flight and the Hurricane. Again, 5 versus 12.
Yeah,
I think this is the most interesting matchup in the first round.
this is tough. This is tough, man. I haven't seen the Hurricane in so long. I just watched Flight like a couple months ago. It's so good, dude. He plays that role so fucking good, and it's based off a true story, which makes it that much better. Oh, I'm gonna go unconventional. I'm gonna go upset. I'm gonna go Flight.
Okay.
That was tough, though. Oh, that was tough.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Vontae.
Yeah. It was Ali. Never mind. All right. So I used to get the Hurricane and Ali mixed up. Because of that, I gotta lean Flight because I didn't really care too much for the Hurricane. Flight, that's another one. Like I think my favorite Denzel Washington character art is wow, he can actually be a bad person. I don't think the drunk pilot was a bad person. He just made bad decisions, you know. But apparently, again, this was based on a true story, and so. But it was. I didn't expect it to be as dramatic as it was. I mean, bro was just drunk, but like it somehow he pulled it out and made it more dramatic.
All right, The Hurricane is a way better movie. Like, but Flight is a better Denzel movie.
Yeah, yeah.
But Flight is hokey as shit. Like there are parts of it I absolutely hate because it's so cool. Like
What's
the
that?
guy,
2010
the guy at the end. I object. And like you can't object. Well, I object anyway.
Yeah,
like they're just like they're stupid shit.
Yeah.
But no, the Denzel as an alcoholic is powerful. It's just a powerful device for a movie.
Dude, he's so good at it. Yeah, exactly.
So I don't hate Flight. I may have picked The Hurricane just based on it is a better movie, but I don't hate Flight making it through the next round.
Okay. I like that's exactly what I was thinking too. So I'm glad. All right. Our next pool.
All right. This is tough too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we got the 6th seed. Here we go. 6th seed, He Got Game versus 11, Philadelphia.
Oh, it's tough. All right, Devontae, I think you started.
Yeah. Philadelphia has another great Denzel Washington monologue, but He Got Game has Denzel Washington hooping in Jordan 13s behind a nice soundtrack with Ray Allen and Joy Bryant before I realized that wasn't Kobe Bryant's wife. I think it was Joy Bryant, but either way, yeah, we're taking He Got Game. Such a story.
See, this is tough because I'm with you. Like, both of these have, like, Philadelphia has the Denzel monologues with, like, the court scene. I feel like He Got Game, the only thing that I remember is just him versus his son playing one-on-one against Ray Allen. And that whole scene, and both of those are moving in different ways. I will make Hackett tie break this because I do think Philadelphia should get the nod. I don't think it gets enough love.
It doesn't.
I was hoping you weren't going to do that because Philadelphia is such a great movie. It's got Tom Hanks in it, Denzel.
It's not like, and it's tough because it's not
It's
a
true
plot.
story, right?
Yeah, and
true
it's not a
story.
movie you want to watch. You're just
That-
like, really? Do I want to watch this movie with a guy with
But
AIDS?
it's like an
Yeah.
important movie.
But
Mhm.
it just, I get captured every time.
And that's,
I can't remember which. I feel like there was a channel that showed it. Like
I think
every now and then.
TNT or
Maybe it's
TBS.
TNT.
Yeah.
I'd always like catch it and just be like, I do like this movie. Like I hate the premise. I feel like I'm never gonna pick it like to watch from the beginning, but I've watched it from the middle.
Yeah. It's a
like
rewatch.
a million
Yeah.
times.
That's the reason I'm going to give my nod to He Got Game, just because it's not something that I'm like, let me immediately turn it on. It's like, oh, it's on. Okay, I'll watch it. But He Got Game, if I like flipping through, I'm like, oh yeah, let me click it. Like,
Yeah.
it's just sad. That's the thing. Like, I need an upper after it.
And I have watched He Got Game. I watched like the basketball scene probably
Oh yeah,
more than a lot of these movies.
yeah. Just,
So it's
All right.
tough. That's a good 6 versus 11.
that's a great
Right?
one. Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
that 6 versus 11. Those are like double overtime. Those are tough ones.
that's a UConn Syracuse game.
Yeah.
11 overtimes. Yeah.
All right, now we got number 3. I was surprised Malcolm X was this high, but it's really high on the Denzel. This is where Reddit groups were going nuts. A
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of people think this should be number 1. I thought it was gonna be hard to put Malcolm number 1, but 3 seed's good. And then one of my personal favorites. This might be the biased pick for me. I feel like I had to include Fallen because it is one of my favorite. I think it's the most underrated Denzel.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard of it. So
Well,
other bias.
yeah, and that's where I'm afraid to start this off. I do like Malcolm X though. I mean, I like that. I feel like Malcolm X is just a little long. Again, it's got that Oscar bait. If you haven't seen Fallen, it's Denzel as a detective. That's basically Denzel Washington as a detective, and John Goodman is his second hand man.
That's the one they're chasing down the copycat killer or something like
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah, he keeps singing the Rolling Stones. Time is on my side. I gotta pick Fallen, and I hate picking it because it feels like I threw this one in and excluded a lot of other people's favorites, but this one's one of mine.
Bone Collector.
Yeah, that's you're allowed to do that. This is your bracket. You're allowed to do
Yeah.
that. Fallen, I haven't seen it probably since I was a kid, so I need to rewatch it. But Malcolm X is one of those movies that I think everybody needs to see because he's the guy that not a lot of people know about, like his story and what Malcolm X truly stood for and what he did. And he looks. It's crazy how much Denzel looks like Malcolm X in real life. Like it's just absolutely wild. It's a story that needs to be told. So the history side of me, I'm going Malcolm X, but
And I don't hate that.
yeah.
Yeah. My parents made me watch Malcolm X when I was like 10 on like cable television, and I remember because I was sick at home and it was a snow day, and this was back when y'all remember those little medicine lollipops where it was like
Ew.
that was like the first time like, they bought me something I saw on TV, and they did, and they made me sit and watch like all 2.5, maybe 3 hours of Malcolm X.
Yes.
And it was somehow Spike Lee again made that a little bit more entertaining than I thought. And it was even more interesting because for whatever reason, like in my mind, there was some crossover between Malcolm X, the Malcolm X movement, and American Gangster. I don't know what it was. They just felt similar for whatever reason. But I'm going Malcolm X.
All right. I love it. Okay.
All right, last portion of the first round. Are we doing 7 seed, 10 seed?
Yeah.
We got 7 seed American Gangster, 10 seed Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
Dude, this is a tough first round matchup.
I could have gone back and forth on the seeding. I think maybe I gave Remember the Titans a
Yeah,
7.
with the spoon.
That's alpaca. You blocked that shit. $10,000 alpaca. You blocked that shit.
The fact that we found out this man was from North Carolina after the fact.
Yeah, right. Dude, this is tough. You can't replace a Gary Bertier. Can't do it.
Damn. Yeah. Damn. You said us up with this. You said you F the city up with this one.
Yeah, this one's tough.
7 versus 10.
Well,
I did change. Remember, Titans is a 7 seed. On the text, I gave it a 7. So
7, yeah.
Do I start or is
that's
it-
right.
I think it's me, and I really don't want to start this. Fuck, I don't want to end it either. So,
Wait, I think it is me.
is it?
Because
No, I went first on Fall.
Yeah,
on Fallen.
yeah.
but then who went first last time?
Me. That was
Oh.
Malcolm X versus Fallen
Oh, okay. Yeah.
because I gave a vote to Fallen.
Damn, Hacky. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't look at a salt shaker the same after American Gangster. Fucking, here's your fucking lunch money. Yeah. I grew up on Remember the Titans. I remember watching it. Shout out Coach Redmond, Valley Springs Middle School. We watched this thing 3
Every-
times a year.
Yep. Every time we had health,
Didn't learn about
they didn't
shit.
teach us anything about health, but we watched Remember the Titans.
Learn how to heal racism. One good football team away.
We did.
That's all it was. Just need to have a winning season here, boys.
That's no for real. Like,
You can heal anything.
God help you. God
Yeah.
help
Exactly.
Dude, that was an experience. Everybody who went to Valley Springs knew Remember the Titans. Like we knew every line,
Oh yeah.
you know?
I still do.
And you're right, because of Coach Redmond. He made us
Yeah.
watch that movie like 15 times.
What a goat. I'm gonna go Remember the Titans just because of vibes, but it was tough.
Panthers just scored, by the way. We going with Remember the Titans. Hacky. At this point, Remember the Titans is embedded in everybody's DNA. At this point,
Mhm.
like, then this is another. I guess both of them are true stories or whatever. But yeah, it's a Disney movie too.
Yeah.
Football. You got Donald Faison in there too. All the other actors that were in this movie. A young Hayden Panettiere before she was
Yeah.
a girl and stuff.
Ryan Gosling.
Like this is
Fucking
like a
liability.
quintessential like millennial memory tied to the movie. Like
Mhm.
every millennial has a Remember the Titans memory to it. So I'll go with Remember the Titans.
I think that's a good point. I think for a millennial vote, this was the first movie I saw Denzel in. I know that. And I saw this in the theaters
Okay.
when I was either I think second grade, first or second grade. I would say it was like that, and then I can't remember it's either John Q or Glory was the next time I saw them.
Mm.
So, but yeah, purely for that, I think this kind of cemented Denzel in my core memory.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take Remember the Titans.
If you haven't watched American Gangster though, you
Oh,
gotta watch it. Like
That's
Play
actually
it
of
in.
this list of the ones that I want to watch because I was like, I need to rewatch some of these.
yeah.
American Gangster was the top of my list on the rewatch. I was like, I need to watch this one again.
When's the last time you listened to the soundtrack and not Jay-Z's, the actual?
I haven't taken this. I don't think I've taken this in since college. I think that's the reality. I think I watched this like in my App State dorm,
Mm.
and I don't know if I've watched it since. I don't think I've seen it
So I used to
in a while.
I don't think I've ever told anybody this. So like before football season every year, before played in coach, I'd watch Friday Night Lights the night before. Before wrestling season started, I'd watch American Gangster. I have no idea because it's not even close to a wrestling movie. It got me in the right mindset of like we better fuck some people up.
that blot scene.
That one gets me. That's what I do to the kids on the mat. That's a $10,000 mat. You blot that shit.
Oh man.
All right, this last one, I don't think it should be a contest, but so we got 2 Glory. That's where Denzel got. He won Best Supporting for his role. And then Much Ado About Nothing. I've never seen it. But this was one of the highest rated of the remaining ones. This one made the cut because it was just highly rated. Kenneth Branagh. Who's in there? Keanu
Reeves.
Reeves is in that.
Oh yeah. It's good.
This might be the second on my list. Emma Thompson. I've never seen it.
It's good.
What to do about
but
Memphis?
it looks very interesting. It has high ratings.
Bro, I've never known about this movie until like they started putting memes about it because they were like, that's what I guess made people go crazy. Like the women go crazy over Denzel when they first saw him. That might be the first was his on-screen debut or something.
I
Or was
don't
it
think
Glory?
it was as. That's a
Well, maybe it
great
was
question.
I don't know. It might have been Amistad, but either way, it was like super early. Like, oh
No, he wasn't in Amistad.
what am I thinking about?
Is that what you said?
I said
He wasn't in.
but it
he
wasn't
in
Amistad.
Amistad. Yeah. Hold on, I'm pulled up for you. He was in a TV movie called Wilma.
Mm.
He was in Flesh and Blood. I'm looking to see like what's his first big name. Cry Freedom.
That was a Stephen Biko movie, but it wasn't that one.
The Mighty Quinn was also. I think The Mighty Quinn and Glory. Yep, those are the same year. I feel like that's when those two movies together kind of put him on the map. That's my guess.
Hmm.
All right,
I've never
Devontae, you
seen The
start us
Mighty
off.
Quinn, but I've heard about that one.
I haven't either.
Who's up on this one?
Devontae.
Yeah, we going Glory. I'm cool off of straight to Shakespeare films in general.
Yeah, and I'm gonna close the category. It's Glory. By
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not-
Glory. Yeah, if you haven't
Yeah.
seen it, put it on your list, Fitz. It's good, but
Which is great because this leads to the Glory versus Remember the Titans,
Titans.
which needs
Yeah.
to be discussed.
That's even ironic, just based off that little 10-mile run they had. It's like,
yeah, right.
y'all don't even know I was in this movie too.
That's right. All right, ready for second round?
Oh yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. 1 Training Day was John Q.
1 versus an 8 seed.
All right,
Do I
Fitz,
get
you
to start? I start this one.
and
This is
Devontae,
tough.
pressure's on for you.
This is tough, man. Oh man. And like Denzel, he's a criminal in both of these,
Mhm.
right? And it's both similar because in Training Day, he's posing as a good guy. But in John Q, he's posing as a bad guy, but he's really a good guy, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
He's just being a good dad.
The duality of life.
So this is like this is two mirrors, two different versions. This is can the 8 seed upset the 1? That's where my brain's at. I don't think it does, but I think it's very interesting. I love John Q. And I love Denzel in that movie, but Training Day is special. Just from the moment you meet Denzel in the coffee shop, he just has you. He has you in the palm of his hand, and you don't know what he's going to do the rest of the movie. So Training Day for me. That's my vote.
Yeah. Hacky.
The shit is chess. It ain't checkers. As a dad, I gotta go John Q. Once you have a son, you know what you put on there. Like, yeah, you do anything for him. And that's what I remember. Like seeing Lorenzo for the first time, I was like, yeah, I would bury the bodies. I would do whatever I have to. It's real talk. I would like
It's so good.
Like I looked at him, I counted his fingers and toes, and like the second I was like, yeah, I'd hide anything. Like I'd bury him. Yeah.
Oh man.
So Devontae, pressure's on for you.
not
gonna bury my son.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. It came down to it because I was like, oh dang, Dave Chappelle redid Training Day.
Oh.
It was that special. It was that special.
The Wayne Brady.
Brady gonna have to-
I think like to get wet.
like,
Rachel fool.
But
Oh
then-
shit, it's Wayne Brady, son.
Then I think about John Q. It's like, bro, this man. What was crazy is I think I saw this we saw this in theater. It was me, my dad, and my mom. I was like, bro, and that's why I think it was so traumatic. Because I was like, oh my god, that could be me. Because that was the 1 year. Matter of fact, that could be tied to it. The 1 year I played t-ball.
Oh.
I
I bet your
chubby
heart's
back
gonna
then.
give
I'm
out
like,
as you're running the
anybody-
bases.
I was like real round and chubby, so I'm like, if anybody has a heart attack, surely it's gonna be me. But with that in mind, and knowing how much of an impact both movies have had, and that John Q, I'm gonna go with John Q because like it kind of radicalized me to like the healthcare system. Because like you mean to tell me I got to rob
Oh, that's right. man.
gunpoint to make you make the right
Yeah.
decision, man?
It's
What an
aged really
upset.
well because of that too.
It
Yeah.
has.
I'm going John Q because I remember
Oh
even
my
then
gosh.
thinking like, well, bro, why can't they just do it? They see as a kid,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
So I'll go.
Man. Man, so Training Day's off the
Down
board.
goes one.
Wow.
Down goes Frazier.
I didn't expect that.
Also, honorable mention Eva Mendes in Training Day. That's all. I'll
Yeah.
say.
That was his baby mom, right?
Yeah. Yep.
John Q also has one of my favorite. I'll be honest. I never really liked the song "Jesus Loves Me." I know I work at a church. We always sing it like white Lutherans, but yes, Jesus. The way they do it in that Black Baptist church, though, because they're raising money for the kid, right? They're like passing the plates. The way they go, yes, Jesus. The way they just that one yes just gets me. I'm like, oh, like I'm in. Like I'm like, I'm there.
All right.
All right. We got 12 versus 13.
Yeah. Flight and Man on Fire, right?
Man on Fire. Who starts this one?
I
think
think,
it's me.
you do, Fitz. Wait.
Well,
No, I did Training.
Yeah,
Day. I started the last one.
Yeah, that's right. So now
And
it's
y'all
me.
both,
It's not
y'all
me.
both took you put
Yeah.
you took me down.
That's right. That's right. So it's me. You're right. You're right. Flight is, God, dude, Denzel's so good. But Man on Fire, it's my number one favorite Denzel movie. I don't know, man. I just think about it. I think of like Central America and like just kidnapping. Like he's shot in the pool, he's bleeding out. Christopher Walken's fucking eating chicken fingers. He's about to paint his masterpiece. It's fucking good. I love it. Man on Fire.
Yeah, I'm going Man on. This is a easy.
Okay.
Sweep. It's got to be easy. Man on Fire for sure.
Okay. I was gonna take Flight.
Wow.
So yeah. But I kind of agree with your, if that makes sense. I kind of agree with Man on Fire.
Yeah.
It's really close. Depends on the day.
I like
I just
that.
really like drunk Denzel. Does he get drunk in Man on Fire? Am
Yeah,
I
he does.
imagining that? Like when he's in because he's
Bullet.
in his own little quarters and he.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I need to revisit this one again.
chugging Jack Daniels. I'm just trying to catch
That's
it.
right.
You ever have a gun?
And I'm
No
telling
fire.
you, man, if they had 10 more minutes of swim practice, like I just wanted more Dakota Fanning and Denzel together on screen. I could have used 10 more minutes.
It felt like, I remember seeing it. It felt like a dark version of Richie Rich. Well, not, I'm sorry. First kid. That's the movie. First kid was
Richie Rich.
The president's son. That's
Yeah, that's it. Richie Rich is fucking funny. Isn't
Hey,
it?
that was filmed in Asheville.
Shout out Biltmore.
Biltmore House.
Oh, the Biltmore. Oh, shit.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Lead us, Hacky.
Oh,
3 versus 6.
this one's tough.
Spike Lee's too.
Yeah, man, Spike Lee. I've got to go. This is tough. Do you go culture? Do you go like what people should know and like the history? I think he got games like culturally like the best movie, but then Malcolm X, it's like the history of what he's done. I'm gonna go Malcolm X, just what I feel is right, but we'll see.
These are both Spike films, right?
Yeah,
This is the Spike off.
yeah,
Spike Lee joints.
this is good.
Honestly, it's not that hard for me. I'm going. He Got Game.
Oh no! Don't do it.
I'm going.
Put the pressure
like-
on them.
I don't know. It feels like it's more memorable scenes for me.
Uh,
Now, maybe that might be my basketball bias or whatever, but
Yeah,
it.
no, I think it's definitely more memorable.
yeah,
Yeah, game. I think you're right.
then like even past Denzel, like having Ray, like a young Ray Allen, go through all these scenes and like showing you the whole process of recruitment and college visits, and it's like showing you the other side of all that stuff, and then having a dad that Denzel getting out of jail, like wow, Denzel can't go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So like this dude has been everywhere that he has no business. So
Yeah.
when he got game.
Well, I locked in my vote. I've got my vote. I remember showing my 4th grade students the clip from Malcolm X where he talks about, Jesus isn't white. He says the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that Jesus was and he does that whole little thing. It's like I always thought that was a great teaching lesson.
Yeah.
Of just like how in our westernized culture, we totally hijacked Christianity.
Did you get in trouble for that? That's wild.
No, I did it on Malcolm X Day. That was like May 18 or May 19. I can't remember when that is.
I'm not gonna hold you. I didn't know that was a thing.
It's not a thing.
Oh.
But I did it. I did it. It was towards the end of the year. I knew I was leaving anyway. That's when I started. I started becoming a preacher man at that point. That's when I knew I was destined for church. But anyway, as much as I loved Malcolm X, and I dressed up as Malcolm X for a history project, I'm gonna go with He Got Game. I think this is iconic. I think this is iconic, Denzel. Like if the way I'm almost wondering, like in this bracket, it's almost like the different characters facing off. And like, are we gonna have like Coach Boone versus, and what's his name in He Got Game? I don't even know his name. What's the dad's name? I just know him as Ray Allen's dad.
Yeah.
Shuttleworth's dad. But that guy, I mean, you can see him with the hoodie and the
Papa Shuttlesworth.
Jake Shuttlesworth.
Yeah, Jake Shuttlesworth. So anyway, I like He Got Game.
Okay, I think it's the right pick. I do think you guys made the right
The
pick.
Fitz lore is always this. That's my favorite part of the show. Like the random Fitz.
Yeah, it is nice, isn't it?
My life is nuts. I swear.
I love it. No.
I swear. Yeah. All right, here we go. 2-seed Glory, verse number 7. Remember the Titans.
Oh, this is me this time, right?
Yep.
Starting us off. So yeah, you got Coach versus his past life, literally his past life. Which is strange enough because both of them kind of have the same message, which is even crazier.
Yeah.
Yep. Still got to go with Remember the Titans. Same reason as before. It feels a little bit more relevant, I guess, than Glory. Same message, but like in a way that I'll actually listen to the message to this day.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting. He agrees.
Yeah.
To this day. I'm gonna make Hacky break the tie. I was gonna do that no matter what because I'm so on the fence with this. I remember getting goosebumps as a 2nd grader in the movie theater watching Remember the Titans, and I remember piling into my cross country coach's classroom, Coach Devine, and he watched the scene. Who will lift the flag and carry on?
Yeah,
I will. He would show that before some of the biggest races in our high school career. So both of these have just give me goosebumps to a different level. So I'm gonna make Hacky break the tie.
I like it. I think I don't know. I think Remember the Titans. It's just Coach Boom is just he's a more recognizable Denzel character to me. But damn, Glory's good. I'm gonna go Remember the Titans though.
All right.
So
We got a
semifinals, we
final
got John Q, Man on Fire. He's got a game. And the Titans. Do we save this for next week?
I think we gotta do it now.
Build? We do it
We
now.
gotta do it now.
All right, we do it.
And
now.
I like this. This is a good Final Four.
It's a great Final Four. What an upset, John Q to get here.
Yeah, and we can do it quick. We've talked about all these movies.
Yeah.
So
All
John
right.
Q versus Man on Fire. Who starts?
I think you do, Fitz, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Give me John Q. If it's got this far, keep it rolling.
Yeah, I beat the 1 seed.
Damn.
I'm gonna go Man on Fire just because of it's my favorite. Sorry, Devon.
I love this.
Jeez. All right. God almighty. Cause man, give me John Q.
Oh, let's go.
John Q. Man, 8
Q
taking
the
the finals. That's crazy.
All right.
He got game.
6 seed, he got game versus 7 seed. Remember the Titans.
Let's get
This
some
like is very
sides.
difficult. Like this will make the internet go into uproar.
For real. We gotta find a way to condense this and we'll put it on social media.
No, I want the full thing.
Just is
On
this me?
social media, just the whole hour pod.
Yes.
All right. That's it. We'll put the
think
pressure on
Hacky.
Vaughn.
Right? Or no? Who is
It
it?
is Becky.
Yeah, it's me. Yep. I love you, Gary. You're the man, Gary. Remember the Titans.
You, Gary. You.
Yep, remember the Titans. It hurts my soul.
Yep.
But I got to.
What a finals!
That's what I got too. I remember the Titans, so it
Wow.
didn't matter.
Got to.
So yeah, remember the Titans versus John Q.
7 versus 8.
This somehow feels right. I'm not gonna lie. This feels
Yeah.
right. This doesn't feel wrong.
The finals of Denzel
Yeah.
movies.
Damn. So I started off.
How are we doing this? Are we
Damn. All right. Damn.
How to put respect on it. How to,
Man, this is tough. Yeah. I'll share what I'm.
Let's go
thinking.
with John Q.
Oh my gosh.
all right.
I'm
Bitsy poo.
probably gonna just put the pressure on you, Hacky.
That's horseshit.
The way I'm looking at this, and I love all of John Q, but I'm looking at the bedside scene,
Yeah.
versus the handful of scenes in Remember the Titans, because I think John Q has the best scene that Denzel is in out of all his movies. I think that bedside scene is the peak. But I think if you were to look at all the other scenes, I think like Cross Country Race, Remember the Titans might win because it has the most range or has the most scenes in a movie. At least I think. I think all his little monologues. We will be perfect in every aspect of the game. You drop a pass, you run a mile. I'm going to take Titans because of that. I'm a cross country runner. I'm a believer in that. I do think by movie standards, Remember the Titans has the most juice of anything on this list. So I'm going to take Titans.
I think for the same reason I took it over Training Day, I've got to take it here. Just as a father-son, I've got to go John Q. You just look at it differently
Wow.
after having a kid.
Wow. What a list.
What a list. Good job,
Good
Fitz.
Good
Good job.
round
with the bracket.
applause.
Good job.
Wow.
Good
What a
job.
bracket.
Yeah. Great job. John Q. Best Denzel movie ever. Book it, Dano.
We decided it. We decided it right here.
Bill Simmons, rewatchables. You heard us first. John Q. The GOAT.
Everybody on Reddit. There's a new sheriff in town.
You need to post in the forum, be like, hey, we did this. This is
Yes.
the only answer.
Jesus.
I remember exactly what you talking about.
That's hilarious.
Who's the next actor we doing?
That's a good question.
I'm trying to think who my favorite, like the actor I'm willing to go to war about.
Mark
Was
Wahlberg.
You know what?
No.
I got mine.
They gotta have a catalog. They gotta have like a ton of options.
Ton. Let me check to make sure.
I did think of Tom Hanks. Like that would be an
That'd be
easy.
tough.
There's so many Tom Hanks movies.
I
I was thinking Sandler.
said
Adam Sandler.
What are you thinking, Devontae?
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx. He doesn't. He
He's got some good ones.
Ray.
Wait, filmography, film.
Yeah. I don't
Listeners,
know.
tune in next week to figure out who we're gonna do. We'll
No,
catch you
it's
next week.
pretty extensive, more than I thought. Shoot.
Jake, go ahead and bounce on me.
We'll text in it.
Get up out of
We'll
here.
figure it out. We'll
got
text
your
it tonight.
back.
My name is Willie.
What? Willie Beam.
Just like that.
Oh, no, you didn't. Wait a minute. No, you did. Hey, Jay! Hey! Jay! 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 Come back here! Jay! You disloyal fool-ass bitch, man.
First time on air. Anything to say to Lawan here to get him back?
Look, bro, there are stories I could tell people about Lawan, but we'll keep those right here. I'm gonna let him live.
That's not even close.
Man, I'm a dumbass.
I'm clipping that.
Georgia's second.
Hey, Georgia also had Herschel Walker.
So smart, and my team is so dumb. My coach he looks dumb. He's a big baby. This man,
graphics.
Rip, so smart.